Hey traders, welcome to Charts and Coffee. Great to see everybody. Happy Wednesday. All right, so every morning at 9 a.m. we do a 20-minute pre-market Q&A and look at the market to prepare for the bell. So as always, if you have any questions, feel free to type them in. And we are broadcasting in our options room as well as the Sector Secrets Mastery. So I thought I'd just push it right on in. We'll be going into the opening session right after the show. So a couple things here you'll notice. I just cut myself out of my own video. There we go. A couple things we'll do to kick off. Oh, you know what? I just realized something. Give me one moment here. One moment. Okay, there we go. So a couple things we'll do to kick off the show. First of all, we want to make sure that we're aware of the economic hot zones that are coming up, not just today, but also for the week. And I think I'm actually losing my screen on our YouTube. All right. But one of the things that we want to remember is it isn't just about today's manufacturing services PMI at 9:45, which is a quirky time for a hot zone. This is not really the most important one. Let's see. One sec. There we go. So ultimately, what we want to remember is that we do have NVIDIA playing the NVIDIA hot zone, but please remember the impact that it will have on SMH, right? That's one thing we want to keep in mind. And then the other thing that'll make a lot of sense also to keep in mind ultimately will be, and I'm going to actually on our broadcast, I'm going to go ahead and because it's very glitchy. Sorry about that, gang, on the YouTube. All right. So one of the things that, the triple broadcast. Sorry about that, gang. So one of the things we want to keep in mind is NVIDIA is today index sector stock. What does that even ultimately mean for us? Index sector stock. It simply means that in terms of weighting, NVIDIA is going to have a disproportionate influence, mostly on the SMH, right? We go into CRM, ABGO. The choices that I have listed here on the screen are geared towards which stocks have the most weighting in the NASDAQ, S&P, Russell, Dow, and then ultimately the sectors that are weighted within each of them. So this isn't a broad list of stocks. This is a very specific list of stocks that are weighted within the averages and within the sectors, okay? So those are things that I want to definitely keep in mind. And if you haven't glanced over at either Trading Economics or Forex Factory, we'll do this briefly at the open. Remember, this is day 2 of the BRICS summit, which really didn't yield a whole heck of a lot yesterday. So this is Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa meeting. But really, all eyes are on tomorrow's day 1 of the Jackson Hole Symposium. And then, of course, Friday, 10:05, we're going to hear from Powell. We'll talk about after the open. We'll talk about what the impact on the target rate probabilities and expectations for a look at all that after the bell. But make sure you remember that we want to take a read on how yields and target rate for us today, right? here. Let me move this out of the way. And